All right, guys. So, welcome to uh, leadership and ethics. And the first thing we want to do today is go through the course outline and get an idea of what we're going to be doing as for the. Hold on a second here, guys. Hello. Hi. Who's this? John Bennett. What classes? What class you joined? Okay, I'm in class right now. Can I talk to you later? Yeah, but I'm trying to teach a class right now. Okay. Ah, Lord, have mercy. Sorry about that, guys. It's the nature when you have people. Okay, so everybody went to the e-classroom and um, they were able to navigate to the e-class, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
so that would be this tab here. So everybody was able to get here, right? You're seeing this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, we are.
So what what I wanted to do is, did you all download the course schedule with assignment details?
No, sir.
Yes.
Some of you did. All right.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, we did. Yeah.
I'm gonna open it up because we have some editing to do. Because when we set the dates, then I'm gonna PDF the document and put it back up. All right. And today's recording will come up underneath this. I'll just put a label here to put class session recordings, and I'll start to put them at the top here, so it'll be easy for you to find. So let's go to that, and we'll see what I'm talking about in terms of the information there. So for people's information, this is just the schedule, not the course outline itself. This is the schedule and of activities. And Mr. Miller, you're here.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you're good, please.
You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. It's kind of going back and forth, but sounds all right.
All right.
Remember, Stephanie is here too, right? Yes, she is. All right, so we have Christopher Alexander didn't make it. 22. Somebody else is here. Oh, me again. All right. Okay, so all right, so we're seeing this here. So one of the first things that everybody usually likes to ask about is how is the course evaluated? Well, um, first off, we have um, this activity to do, which is chapter presentations. The class will be set up in small groups to present the various chapters of the textbook that we have. Um, I will be dealing with chapters 1 to 3, which is already on the course outline, on the course page. If you've looked at it, you'll realize that there are a couple chapters here. One, this preface and chapter one, no, they're a bit longer, guys, so you're gonna have to spend some time with them because of the nature of the chapters. These are foundational chapters, so they tend to be a little longer than the regular chapters that you guys are going to be dealing with. And then what happens is that you guys will then be presenting each of the individual chapters for the rest of the two textbooks. So there are two textbooks here, the Exploring Leadership and the Leadership Experience. So there are a number of chapters that you all will have to present. So if we go back to the course schedule, you'd see that the first set of presentations from the class is tentatively to start on the 8th of November. So we have chapter 4 and chapter 5 from the Exploring Leadership. All right, that is the main text that we're going to be utilizing from the class. That will be Exploring Leadership text. So my recommendation to you is to download the two textbooks so that you would have them available for you to be able to work from. The course outline, download that, and then this here we're going to start putting in people's dates. So basically, what I have here is what I'm seeing now, I should say, is we have. Let's refresh this because we have a maximum of up to 25 people for this class, and somebody else just joined. Nadia Turner. I have her before. Yeah, she didn't come in yet. It's kind of hard to start classes when you still have people come. Soraya Maharaj. I'm really sorry about this, guys. Hold on a second. Right. Sorry, I want to send an invitation to the where is it? So I guess you guys seen all of this going on here. All right. So the presentation that you're going to be doing is valued 30% of your final grade. That's your chapter presentations. And because it's not everybody all at once, it's several teams. In fact, we have to set up the class into 10 teams. Now the class list is now expanded to 24. So how do we divide 24 to 10? Anybody? You chop some people up?
Well, like the first guess I was thinking is like divide it in half. Well, not half, but in 5 groups, and then each group do 2.
Could
No,
we possibly have 12 groups?
no. There are only 10 chapters. So we couldn't possibly have 12 groups.
Or maybe then some groups just have one person extra. They get an extra
That's what we have to
brain.
do. So there are a couple of chapters down to the end that are a little more complex, a little longer, that I would say we could say if we remain with the current enrollment at 24, we don't end up at 25, we could say that these groups here, we can have 3 people per group here. And from presentation 1 to presentation 6, we have groups of 2. All right, that sounds like it's making sense there. All right, so when it comes to the presentation, all right, we have you're required to present on various chapters from the thing, and this is what we're looking at in terms of evaluation, making sure you cover the content, the use of your own practical examples in the explanation, looking at the clarity of your explanations, your recommendations, and the use of a conclusion, which is I'm looking to see in any presentation there's usually an introduction and conclusion. So looking at your setup and your design of your presentation, then of course I'm going to be looking at the style of your delivery, the quality and degree of class interaction, the use of the presentation aids, which means well, in this case, it'll be your PowerPoint presentations, and if you were able to get little videos or that kind of stuff to assist with you, and of course, managing your time. Now, generally, some of the shorter chapters require, will not take as long, but as the chapters become a little longer, we may have presentations going up to about an hour each. Because of the length and the quantity of information in the chapter, it might cause the chapter to be a bit longer. But the idea is try and be as complete as possible when you're doing your presentations, or else we're gonna find ourselves in a situation where you're gonna miss out on certain content, and I don't want you to miss any content. I want you to be able to deal with things in its totality. So the group presentation, as I said, is your first assessment, and it's 30%. The next assessment, we'll come back to assessment 2. Well, we could deal with it one time. The next major activity after that will be a debate, which is actually carded for the end of the semester. So this is our debate exercise is going to close off the semester on the 24th of January next year. We all realize that the semester is breaking for Christmas and then coming back, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's going to give you all a little chance to kind of work on some of the other things on your own. But unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that you have to do requires that we complete all the content before you actually do your activities. So the debate exercise is where we're going to debate a couple of topics. So basically what we're going to do is set up the class into teams for and against, and you're all going to set up teams and debate each other on 2 of these topics here. And that counts for 15% of your marks. And this is going to be pulling on your group building skills and that type of stuff to be able to work on that. Then assessment 3 actually occurs when we finish all of the it's not a midterm, but it's a reflection exercise in which you are going to reflect on the content of the class through your response to some short questions. And that is to be handed up or submitted to the e-classroom. That's going to count for 20%. Then you have to do self-analysis. Um, this is one that you could probably get started working on almost immediately. You could start pulling this kind of stuff together, because most of this information has already passed, and these are the questions that guide your analysis, your self-analysis. And the last item for another 15% is your reflections and action plan. And the first question here is one that I'd like you all to write up today. So you're going to start your reflection and leadership plan by doing this first question. As you commence this course, reflect on what your expectations of the course are. What are your expectations of me and of you yourself? And you realize that it's important that you capture your expectations before the content is actually delivered, so that you could do question 2 here has to be done when we finish everything. So you're going to write that next year before you submit it in for the end of the semester. Okay, so far so good. And that will be our all the assessments. So you realize there's a lot of self-analysis going on here, and I have some deadline dates here. So the midterm reflection exercise, I expect it will take place during the 20th to the 9th of January. The debate exercise we have carded for the 24th, but that means we have a good few meetings to do before that to be able to put the exercise together. I'm expecting that your self-analysis and leadership plan. All right, guys, I'm going to have to pause here a second. Hello? All right, give me 2 seconds. All right, guys, give me 2 seconds there. I'll be back in a minute.
Excuse me, guys. The assessment plan that sir is showing us now, it wasn't on e-classroom, was it?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
Yes,
But
it is.
it'll
Mhm.
just be to figure out what is the name of it.
I am.
Yes, it's under schedule of class activities.
Oh, duh. Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. All right, so I'm hoping that while I was away, you guys read some of the stuff on the course outline, the course reflection here. To go running downstairs there. Ugh. Y'all have any questions y'all want to ask at this point?
So how many Zoom sessions do we have this semester? Live Zoom sessions.
You see each one of these dates here? These are all live sessions,
Okay.
except this week here. It'll only be the 24th of January. So but we'll have to call some sessions in January to prepare the debate. Although maybe at the end of December, we could use some of that time there to work on that. All right. The nature of this class is such that I will not be doing the teaching. You guys will be presenting and teaching the class each chapter as groups. That making sense?
So we will be presenting as individually or as groups.
As small groups.
Okay.
Right. Technically, I mean, it's supposed to be groups of 3, but we're looking at groups of 2. And the last 4 chapters will be done as a group of 3 to deal with the 24 people we have in class. All right. There's another way we could do this. We could have 8 groups of 3. 3 it's a 24, right? And then the 2 chapters that are left out, we give the opportunity for 2 groups to represent different chapters or newer chapters. The only issue with this is that as we get into some of the later chapters, they are a little more complicated and more complex. Which is why I thought it might be better to just start off with groups of 2 and then move to groups of 3 down in the last 4. And if the 25th person ends up in the class, we make being in communities, which is chapter 9 here, the another group of 3. That sounding feasible or reasonable?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir.
what we want to do now, which is why I was asking people to make sure that their microphones are working. I want people to start to, begin to volunteer themselves for the different chapters moving along. Now you can only do 1 chapter, so
So why just do put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, basically going down on the list of students in the class?
no, I want you all to select.
I
Yeah.
find the one that I'm looking at most, or most interested in, might be chapter 4 or chapter 5.
Understanding
I like
self.
chapter 5.
All right, so now
Chapter 4 for me.
Chapter 6, please.
you have to kind of call your name. Huh? So the first person who spoke there, who was that?
Actually, I'm thinking chapter 4.
All right, so who's that?
Oh, that's Rebecca. Sorry.
Surname?
Panton.
All right.
So this is Katrina Ali. I am also like in chapter 4.
All right.
Hey, Katrina.
Hi.
So Panton and
So chapter
Crystal.
5 for me.
Well, chapter 5 for me.
So chapter.
who was the second there who said they wanted?
Chapter 6.
So me,
Crystal
I
Campbell.
Second person,
Alicia Webb, chapter
the second person for chapter 1. Who was that?
Katrina.
All right, I need your surname, please.
Ali.
All right, so who are the folks for chapter 5 now?
I keep a Hamilton too.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
And
And
anybody else?
Crystal Campbell.
Crystal Campbell.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So I'll take chapter 7.
Who's I?
Just now, I'll change my mind.
So Aisha McKenna, chapter 7.
So Denise Joseph, chapter 7.
All right, so that's
Teens
McKenna.
and groups.
All right, so chapter 7 is McKenna. Chapter 7 is McKenna, chapter 6?
Chapter 7, sorry.
Chapter 7 for McKenna and
Denise Joseph.
Joseph.
Yes.
Get it, so you put on Sanchez for chapter 13.
Chapter 13.
Or presentation 8, vision and strategic direction.
All right, so this is one of the groups that will take 3.
Yeah, no problem.
What's your name?
Sanchez, Rodrigo Sanchez.
Rodrigo. Chapter. All right.
So I'll take chapter 11. My name is Shakira up here.
Shakira Pear. Chapter 11, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I don't have an 11 here, so tell me what chapter you're talking about. What's the title?
Sir?
What's the name of the chapter?
Just now, sir.
Sir, this is Alexa Branch. Can I do chapter 13?
With Mr. Sancho?
Yes. Wait, that's a 3-person presentation, you said?
Yes, it's 3.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Son, I'll
So
give it to
who are
the
you?
son.
All right. Who was the first person? The person who just spoke to me there?
Alexa Brash?
Alexa Marie?
Yes.
And who was the last quiety person that just answered?
Karishma
Karishma who?
Maharaj.
All right.
So, chapter 6, Kerwin Miller.
Chapter 6. All right, so there are 2 6s.
The integrity and moral purpose.
The integrity and moral purpose. That's a good chapter.
Yes,
What-
yeah.
What's the
Marcus
name?
Daniel.
Marcus what?
Marcus Daniel and Kerwin Miller was the first one.
Yeah.
Marcus Daniel
Mm-hmm.
and Kerwin Miller.
Yeah, Kerwin. Yeah.
Same chapter.
Please
Yeah.
and thank you.
So chapter 11 was understanding change, I believe.
So Wallace would like to attempt presentation 5, courage and moral leadership.
Courage and moral leadership.
Wallace, yeah.
Presentation 5, Wallace.
Yes, sir.
So I don't mind doing that one.
So I will also do 5 as well.
Presentation 5.
All right. Who's that second person?
So Alicia
Alicia what?
Buchan.
So it's 2 people for presentation 5?
Yep. All right. Somebody said they wanted to do managing change. That's the last chapter. Who was that person?
Anisha Webb been trying to say that you would like to do. Anisha Webb would like to do chapter 6, please.
Chapter
6.
The second 6.
Integrity and moral purpose.
Oh, well, there are 2 people there already, Daniel and Cohen. Daniel and Miller. I can't monitor the chat as well as this.
So chapter 11 was understanding change.
Yeah, it's listed on the it's listed here as chapter 15, leading change. There's no thing as understanding change. There's understanding self, understanding others, integrity and moral purpose, teams and groups, courage and moral leadership, being in communities, complex organizations. Then we go to the DAFT, vision and strategic direction, power and influence, and leading change.
So I will choose chapter 12. Shakira appears in it.
Shakira.
Here.
Leading change, right?
No, power and influence.
Power and influence. All right, so you need 2 people with you as well.
So can you say over the so could you call over the title of that presentation that you just called?
Power and influence.
So could I be one of the persons and
Power and influence. Okay. What's your name?
Desha Perry, sorry.
So something about power and influence interests you there, so.
Something about power and influence attracting you?
Interested, how, yeah.
What about you?
I didn't even notice it, but it seemed like an interested one as well, yeah.
All right, so there's some people who are here who haven't yet assigned themselves to
So chapter 6, presentation 6, Cindy.
Cindy.
Yeah.
Presentation 6, being in communities.
Yeah.
All right, so for now, Cindy.
Alyssa Besso, chapter 9.
All right. For now, Cindy.
I would also be in that group too for chapter 9.
You want to do, all right, so call the title that you're trying to refer to.
Yep, just 1 second to move it.
Chapter 9 or presentation?
Yeah. Chapter 9, being in communities.
Okay. Who's this, by the way?
Ruiz, Stephanie.
Stephanie Ruiz?
Yes.
I want to leave presentation 6, being in communities, to just 2 of you guys for now. This would be the group that you'd end up with a third person if somebody else joins the class during the registration period. That sounds
Okay.
good?
Yeah.
All right. I think though that there's still some people who haven't yet registered themselves for a class. For a group, I should say. So we still have chapter 8, chapter 9 still needs 1 person, and chapter 10. So who hasn't taken up something yet? All right, Sean Guevara is not here yet. Denise Joseph, have you assigned yet? Yes, you have.
Chapter 7.
Who this? Who's speaking there?
I just spoke. So you asked what group I was in, Denise Joseph. So I was just responding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in chapter 7.
Your presentation 4 on Teams, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 16, 17. Trying to find out who hasn't chosen a chapter yet, guys. There are only 17 people assigned. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17. We have 2 people here. Shakira's, all right, let's do this the hard way. Webb has assigned.
So what you could do is you could probably put the chapters in your spreadsheet, like cross-reference the name and give them a chapter in the spreadsheet.
All right, he doesn't have one yet. Ali is chapter, well, let's say presentation 1.
May I say so that I'm kind of impressed by how tech savvy you are.
Yeah. I ain't nothing yet. Why would you?
Especially, there's a couple of things, but more so the ones and zeros for yeses and nos.
But that's because they count.
Okay. Interesting. But it just strikes out as binary to me.
It does, okay.
Yeah, I'm an IT student.
That binary thing appeals to you.
Well, I am an IT student, so.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so Ali's presentation 1. Besso is. Besso is here. Alyssa. Aha. Is she here or she fell off the class?
Yeah, she's here.
Alyssa? Hello?
She's probably scrambling to unmute right now.
I don't know about that.
Yes.
Yes, Ms. Bessa, realize you haven't chosen a chapter yet and you're running out of chapters to choose from.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one to choose at the moment.
I will start to think now. Look at what's left. All right, so Brash is Oh boy, if you could see it, it will help. Our brush is presentation 8. Buchan is presentation. Am I saying that name yet? Right? Correct? Buchan?
5.
Yeah,
5.
presentation 5, sir.
Campbell
You
presentation.
could probably put in Wallace for 5 as well.
I kind of want to come down the line.
Okay.
But up and down, kind of. Campbell is 2. Daniel is
3. Daniel is
presentation
3.
3, right? Gada
6.
is 6. Guevara not yet. Hamilton decided she wanted presentation 2. Joseph is 4. Mirage. Actually, we have 2 Mirages. Huh? There's another Mirage who registered today. I'll have to update this class list.
Yeah.
But this Mirage is in 8.
Yeah.
McKenna, chapter 4, presentation 4, sorry. Mendez isn't here. Miller is 3. Panton.
I'm chapter 4, sir.
Presentation 4?
Yes.
No.
No, I'm presentation 1, chapter 4.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Presentation 1, yeah. Perry. Desha Perry is presentation 9. Pear is also 9. Ruiz is presentation 6. Sanchez is 8. Nadia is not here. Wallace
5.
5. And Webb. Hi, is Webb there? I don't think I saw Webb. Soraya, Mirage, welcome. Anissa Webb.
Yes, sir, she just joined.
Hi,
again.
Miss.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Miss Webb.
Hi, sir. Sorry,
Hello.
the laptop got on. So, are you able to hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hearing you a little bit now. I was wondering which chapter you wanted to be assigned to. Chapters presentation 1 to 6 is kind of finished. We have space in presentation 9, 10, and chapter 7, and presentation 7. Have a look.
Can I just go with...
Miss Murad, Soraya.
Can I just go with...
Hi, sir. Good night.
Hi. Are you following what's going on in terms of selection of presentations?
Yeah.
You have a choice?
I'm looking, sir. Looking.
You're looking?
Yeah.
Gotta go up a little past looking, you know.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Forgive me if you've said this already and I missed it, but we are basically, for these presentations, we are basically doing the presentation as if we are teaching it to you, or are we giving our review of the chapter? Well,
Say that again?
no, I know what you mean. So are we teaching it to the class as if they know nothing about it? Or are we giving our review
No,
of the chapter?
they should have read it a little bit.
Okay.
That's yours?
That's how he's feeling about the presentation. But
Happy?
no, I'm wondering
but
if we're basing it on our review of this particular chapter, or are we really talking all about what's in the chapter?
so I guess, and what you're really trying to find out is how much in depth would each presentation be? Would it be like almost like a summary, or what level of depth do we have to put into the presentation?
Well, a fair amount of depth actually.
Okay, I get you.
Because if you're right about it, you have to kind of assume whenever you're teaching, you have to assume that the person doesn't know much or anything at all.
Okay.
And because this is a kind of a brand new area for you guys, I mean, have any of you all done leadership studies before?
No, sir.
No, sir, never have done.
No, sir.
So that is where you're gonna find yourself.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if it was more of a feedback that we're giving, or if it's completely.
Well, the nice thing would be if people would read the chapter before, but I'm gonna tell you, nobody's gonna read the chapter except the one that they have been assigned. Right?
Okay.
Because I'm telling you now, the chapter's long. And to be able to build a presentation out of it, you have to go through that chapter more than once to be able to, pull out the most important things and find practical examples to discuss in the class to be able to illustrate the point.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So
thank you so much.
no problem. And again, I feel free to ask the questions because the nature of this class is not really going to be focused on me, though I'm going to give feedback, but I want to try and get you guys involved in the teaching process. So in essence, when I'm marking the effectiveness of how you've been able to present the information and explain the information to your people in your class. All right. Now, how this is going to work is that right after you finish presenting, so every session there's 2 groups. So we're looking at a maximum of an hour and a half each. As I said, each chapter will vary in its length. So some of the earlier chapters may be a little shorter, and therefore you might be able to get that done in 45 minutes or so. But try to keep your presentation down to about 45 to an hour, as much as you can. And try and find a way to make it interesting and link it to everyday life. Now, so it means therefore that you all are going to face the challenge that most lecturers face when they're trying to teach you a subject that you have either no clue what it is or you just simply don't like it. You follow me? So you're gonna have to pay attention to, well, what does this remind me of, and how do I make this? How do I get students, the other people in class, to connect with this idea? That is going to be the challenge that you're going to face, which is why you need to read the content and make that connection across the board. Making a bit more sense now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so coming back to the register I have here now.
So question before you go to that. Only the self-evaluation thing is the only thing that we'll be doing on our own. Everything else will be a group something.
You have 3 things that you're doing on your own. The midterm reflections, your self-reflection or self-analysis, and your reflections and leadership plan. Those you're doing on your own. So those are 3 things you're doing on your own. There are 2 things that you're doing together with other students, and that'll be the presentation, which is a small group, and the debate analysis or the debate exercise. That's another small group activity. That group will be a little longer though, a little larger, because the way we're going to do that is we're going to split the class up into various teams to take on the different debating activities and responsibilities. We'll get more details of that when we get closer to it. So we kind of have to pay attention. But I did say to you guys, in terms of one thing that you should do after this class is finished, is that you should answer this first question in the reflections, which is, as you commence this course, reflect on what are your expectations of the course, your lecturer, and yourself. That way, when you at the end of the course, when you answer question 2, then you'd start to see that you should be able to see a change in what took place in yourself, because this class is about self-development. This is not one of those classes that that the goal is not to learn content and recite items and that kind of stuff. So actually, so Ms. Webb, have you made a selection yet? And Soraya?
Yes, you can 10, please.
Presentation 10? Leading change?
Yes, sir.
Right,
Yes,
this is
that
Webb.
one is an interesting one.
This is Webb. The person who's
Yes, sir.
speaking is Webb.
Yes, sir. That's Anisha.
Anisha
Webb.
Webb, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so you're the first of 3 people that has to end up in that group. And Soraya. Soraya Maharaj,
Yes, sir.
have you made a selection of which presentation you'd like to get into?
Which ones was available again?
Well, we have presentation 7, and then there's only one person presentation 10. Well, you could probably do the lead on presentation 7. Presentation 7 is about complex organizations.
Okay.
So I think you also need one person for presentation 9. If I'm not wrong.
What
I'm not
was
mistaken.
presentation 9?
There are 2 people in 9 already.
Oh, that one is not 3-person one.
And what was presentation then?
Presentation 10 is leading change. That's the very last presentation. Ms. Webb is already assigned to that, but that has room for 3 people if everybody turns up in the class. So it's up to you if you want to join Ms. Webb or if you want to go to chapter 8 by yourself, that kind of stuff. We have a couple people that aren't here that haven't been assigned yet. So Christopher Alexander, Sean Guevara, Cassie Mendez, and Nadia Tyner. I think that.
So I have a question.
Sorry?
I have a question, sir.
Who's this?
Hamilton, sir. Sir,
I can't
the
see.
time,
Go ahead.
the time for the presentation, so what time it will begin?
Class time.
So
You're taking
5.
over your class.
Okay. But sir, I have a problem.
What
But
problem?
sir, I finished work at 5 and I only reached back home. I literally take like 45 minutes to reach back home. So to do the presentation.
Which group you went to? Hamilton presentation 2?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So the first presentation for that evening is understanding self. So they will start at roughly about 5:30.
Oh, okay, I'm
So
not
then
seeing it.
you
So
will come on in presentation 2 that day. So there are 2 presentations per day.
oh, okay, sir. All right, I now
So you'll be
understand.
the second presentation. So that should give you enough time to get to the class.
Yes,
log in
sir.
and
I
set
understand.
up.
Okay.
You know you can log into the class while you're driving around and stuff, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I was just studying to present. I can't present it while I
Right, right.
drive and
Yeah.
so yeah.
And to
Okay.
present now, somebody from the two of you all will take control of the screen, put up your PowerPoint presentations and yada yada. And what I'll be doing is just like how I'm recording this class, I'll be recording your presentations, and then on the e-classroom, show you this. On the e-classroom, there's a space down at the bottom here where I start to link all of your student presentations coming down in order. Presentation 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And that way, students who miss your presentations will, be able to go and view your presentation online. That sounds useful?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So right now, from when you all go and you all don't see the debate information, but you'd see from my view, you should be able to see this. So basically, what's happening here in your assignment submissions, your group presentations, what I'd like you all to submit here is your PowerPoints or whatever you used to do your presentation, which is primarily going to be your PowerPoints. All right. You'd recognize that when you do your self-analysis, you'd submit it here. Your reflection on leadership plan, you put it here, and the mid-semester assessment, you load it in here. So these are files that have to be loaded. I'll put a deadline date next to it as we agree to the schedule and firm it up. How do you all feel about the deadlines for those things in terms of the schedule? So I'm thinking I will take 3 sessions to kind of go through the various chapters with you. You can actually go to the class and download the PowerPoints, and then the way it works would be you go through the PowerPoints and then we get together on these dates and discuss them. So we don't have to actually spend the entire class. We could drill some deeper meaning for the content that way rather than trying to just regurgitate what's in the chapter. And it'll give you an idea of how things would go in the presentation. Now, this first one here is a recording. So you'd see this leadership come up here, and y'all could listen to this. It's about a hour and 45 minutes. I think there's a gap in it somewhere too. So where I kind of go through this. I was planning to do that for the other chapters as well, but I don't think I want to. I want you all to go through the material, and then we discuss it with each other during the sessions that I have identified in the schedule here on the 25th and the 1st of November. That's how I feel. So literally the first month of class, I'm going to be dealing with things with you all, and then you all take over from the 8th of November moving forward. It's sounding reasonable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of get an idea of how you're going, and generally the first group to present is the one that kind of sets the tone for everybody, so to speak. All right. Okay. So as it is right now, we have a number of people who haven't yet been assigned to groups. Oh, by the way, there's a Soraya. There is a WhatsApp group for the class. The link is in the chat. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Krishna, she was in one of our groups from last semester.
No, sir.
All right, let me see if I can repost that link from the chat. Is that the chat?
So I reposted this.
You did? Very good. So for those of you who came late, this is a WhatsApp chat that I'm trying to create for the group. Could you name the group Karishma BUSI 203 CRN 105?
So that is what it is.
I don't know. I didn't look at it yet. Look,
That
stop
just
giving,
got joined.
stop giving me pressure, okay? I have enough pressure right now.
No, so is you.
All right. That way I'll be able to identify the class that's coming because I have a couple other classes that I have to set this up for. I think you're in my macroeconomics class for Wednesday.
Who's me?
You self, yes.
Yes.
I think
I
you all
have to read.
discussed this all earlier.
Yeah. Okay, we have to do the same thing for them too. All right.
Okay, sir.
So Soraya, you can join that. You could right. So you can log in and get yourself into that. Okay. So what else we need to be doing? What I think I want
So
to
I
do is
have a question.
yes.
So for the self-assessment, that's the last one with the set of questions. Do we have a word limit when we
No.
answer any questions?
No. In fact, you could start answering this from now.
No, I'm talking about the other one pertaining to the course.
This one here?
Yeah, that one.
No, there's no word limit here. Let me show you something, and maybe this will explain the situation to you as to why this is the case. Go to the class here. And I usually I deal with this in the introduction session, which is probably why this is the course outline, all right, that you'll be downloading. And as I said, these are this is the textbook that you're using, which is on the e-classroom, and we have a couple chapters from this DAF that we're using as well. All right. But what I wanted to show you guys was look at this item here. Displays and modifies behavior indicative of the personal philosophy of leadership and ethics. Now, that's an important. These are the learning outcomes that we're hoping to achieve with you guys. So, besides just understanding and applying theories of leadership, what we want to be able to do is we want to see you all begin to show an understanding in your behaviors that you've really understood what this leadership program is about. And the way that we want to be looking at it is we're looking at doing this from the perspective of you being able to see for yourself the model that we're looking at and whether or not it makes sense to you. So you'd understand developing critical reflection skills. That's an important thing about this course. So one of the major learning outcomes is to develop your ability to critically reflect on who you are. Now, that's going to be the hallmark of this course is that you have to spend a lot of time reflecting on yourself and in the context of your leadership potential and leadership behavior. Now, most of you all have had probably at one point in time done some reflection, yes?
Yeah, maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe? All right. Now, one of the bad things I haven't done is, and I better do this now, is let me ask you guys to introduce yourselves to each other in the class. So I'm going to stop presenting right now, and I'm going to give you all an opportunity to present yourselves to each other in the classroom. Now, it's up to you if you want to turn your camera on or not. I am not making you turn on the camera like I have. In fact, in order to probably avoid when you are presenting, I'm not going to turn on my camera because I don't want to detract your presentations. But when I'm presenting, I would tend to turn my camera on. That way, it'll have something for you to focus on and look at, which is something that they talk about. But one of the things that they tell us to do is to try and not look at yourself because it causes a little dissonance in the thing. All right, so I'm going to go down the class list here, and I'm going to ask people to basically introduce themselves to each other. So most of you know me already, so let me start off the ball by doing this. My name is Wayne BUSI. It's spelled BISSO, and that's important because all my email addresses, spelling my name is critical. So you want to spend some time becoming familiar with that, all right? In fact, in the course outline, I've identified at the very top all the email addresses that you can use to communicate with me, as well as my phone number, all right? So that you could WhatsApp me or call me if you're having issues or problems. So I've been working with COSTAT since the year 2000. Okay, so let's put it that way. When we first started, I started with COSTAT. I came across from John Olson Technical when the college started up its activities, and I haven't looked back. I work with the management entrepreneurship department, and I teach economics for those people who are unfamiliar with me. All right, Mr. Miller. So,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Miller, as your microphone is on, tell us who you are, what program you're doing, and tell us something very interesting about yourself, something that you think we would be interested in learning about you.
So yeah, I am Kerwin Miller. I am studying information technology networking, bachelor's.
All right. How long have you been in the college? What year is this?
Well, this is like the second year in the bachelor's, but I would have done my associate some years ago, and stopped, and I now start back to finish off the bachelor's.
All right. How long now have you started back?
Yeah, like 2 years now. This semester is supposed to be my last semester.
So this is actually a good time for you to do this class.
Yeah, this is an elective.
Well, I'm glad you chose this class. I hope we have fun and learn something. All right.
Yeah, I did economics with you, so and that was cool. So
I remember you from the general econ. You did that last semester.
Yeah, correct.
You got a good grade?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Well, let's hope you get a good grade this time. Something interesting about yourself, Cohen.
I really can't think about anything off the top of my head.
Where do you work?
Republic Bank.
Okay, that's not interesting. Sounds good.
Where
What do
you
you do
say
at
to put
Republic
him on the
Bank?
spot like that?
Are you an IT person there, or do you just do banking?
Yeah, I actually work in the ITMD division.
Also, you were active in this rollout of this new system that you all did?
IC Bank. Well, you all will know it as the new internet banking, the app.
Well, for me, it wasn't new, but it was just a pain in the butt to get the new system up.
That's not my department, but yes,
you would have had some support work to do that.
Yeah, it's my division. But basically, I think they probably then the pilot that they did only had like to the person. So they didn't do a proper pilot to see what would have happened when the go live went through. I think probably the executives on top probably was pushing it for it to be done, and the
fast?
team just went ahead and did it.
They should have
Because
done that branch by branch, I think, or a couple of branches at a time. But I don't know. They did it. It took about a week or two for you all to resolve the issues and then come back.
Yeah,
you can help me with this.
They probably knew the risk and they wanted to take it for whatever reason.
Hopefully, they didn't get too much fallout. But I find the system works nicely. The only thing is, you're familiar with the new chip cards that they're sending out for us to use?
Yeah, plenty of them were defective.
I haven't been able
out.
to have to set it up.
Once you go in the ATM and you use your previous PIN, it would automatically activate.
Yeah, but I haven't gone to an ATM in like 2 years.
Oh.
I stopped dealing with cash. I just do online transfers.
Yeah.
All right, good. Sorry. Let's not manipulate or monopolize the discussion.
Right.
The next, thank you very much, though. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Aisha McKenna.
Hi, sir. Hi, everyone.
What program are you doing?
Business administration. So I'm a final year student pursuing my associate degree in business administration. Yeah, and I chose this course along with my advisor because I think this would be, really add value to my current role. I work for a global accounting association. So I'm thinking that, it will really add value as well as help me because for my role, I kind of oversee a couple of staff, junior staff from time to time. So I'm thinking different aspects of this course will really and truly help me in this role.
That sounds good. But it is a required course for the completion of the business admin program.
Yes, it is. But I chose it for this semester, sir.
Have I taught you before?
No, you have not. This is my first time with you.
It might be the last time too.
Maybe not.
All right. Where are you? What part of the country are you in?
I reside in Kura.
All right. So where are you from? What part of Trinidad? Mr. Miller?
St. Anne's.
Okay, good. The Maros? Okay, good. All right. So somebody cure up St. Anne's. Miss Brash, Alexa Marie Brash.
Hi, sir. Hi, everyone.
Hi. What program are you doing?
I do graphic design.
Huh? Where are you in your course, your program?
I'm in my third year currently.
So you're nearly finished then?
Yeah, pretty much.
You full-time or part-time?
Full-time.
Okay. Where do you work?
I don't work as of right now. I haven't really had a proper job in my life, honestly. I'm just
Have you done any sort of freelance stuff?
Yeah. At the side, I would help out my aunt or my grandpa. He has a store, so I kind of help him with promoting and stuff like that.
Okay, but nothing in graphic arts yet.
Yeah, in graphic arts, yeah.
So why did you choose graphic arts then?
Because I'm really into art. I've done art for many years. It's kind of something I do the side as well. I like to draw people, and I do landscape paintings and stuff like that. I do all sorts of things. It's cool. I really enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So you bring a more artistic version of things. Actually, kind of experimenting with some drawing on they call it a Wacom pad.
Okay.
Downloaded some software and whatnot. Catching material to use the pen.
I've actually never used a Wacom pad.
This pen thing here.
Yeah.
I got it because when I'm teaching economics, sometimes I need to write things.
Okay.
So, I found out there's a nice big pad that I got, so turns out nicely. All right,
That's
that's good.
cool.
So why did you choose this course? Because I know you all had a choice of different courses.
Yeah, it was between this and like some natural sciences course, but I mean, this one interested me more, to be honest. I've never been a fan of science personally, so like, yeah.
I'm sure the science-based people here will not appreciate your lack of science. All right. Let me talk to Alicia Buchan. Let me know if I'm
Hi,
pronouncing
sir.
your name correctly. Yeah.
Yes, sir, Alicia Bukan.
What program are you doing?
Management and entrepreneurship.
And where are you in the program?
Second year, I believe.
Second year.
Yeah.
Okay. So why are you doing this course?
Well, I was advised this course. So.
All right. So you're gonna have to write about this, but what do you think this course is going to be about?
Well, I think it might get more in the mindset of a leader.
Do you know what a leader is?
Kind of, sort of.
Kinda. Tell us something interesting about yourself. Now, I had you in another class before, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So tell us something interesting about yourself.
So I don't even know
That
what
I
to
don't
say.
know.
Nothing, you know, they come into my head and stuff, but
Where do you work? Where do you work?
so I don't work.
You're just a loafer?
Yeah. Parents say go to school and they go mind me. So.
Oh my good lord. All right. Sure. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Bessel. Alyssa Bessel.
Hi.
Oh, there you are.
Nice.
Hi. Am I saying this name correctly? Bessel?
Yeah, Alyssa Beso.
All right, Bessel. All right. So what program are you doing?
Business admin.
And how long have you been doing that?
I'm not too sure at the moment because I had some problems at the beginning, so I kind of lost track.
How many classes have you finished so far?
A few.
You don't know how much credits you've done so far?
I think his last time I checked is 22.
22. All right, so you're still within your first year, second year, the first year, second semester kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of at the beginning. Do you work?
Yeah.
So you're a part-time student technically.
Yeah.
Why does that sound like you're qualifying? Why does it sound like you're not really being true?
About what? That
About working.
Yeah. I just recently started back working and like since Friday. Yeah. So,
Oh, you just started working?
yeah.
And what's the job? What
Can you
job are
repeat?
you working? Sorry?
Temporary clerical assistant.
All right. Okay. Well, let's put it this way: an income and any experience you can get is useful, especially in this day and age. All right. Okay. Thank you. Is there anything interesting about yourself that you can tell us?
Not really. I could make soap.
You can
Stuff
what?
like that. Make soap.
You can make soap.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, so maybe one day you can tell us how you just go about making soap.
Maybe.
Are you planning to sell any soap for Christmas?
No.
Aren't you doing business? Did you do entrepreneurship?
Yes, but I learned it. I learned to do it in high school. It's a very long time ago.
So, okay. All right. Okay. I understand all that. All right. And Mr. Webb.
Hi, Phil.
Hi.
It was my name you called, right? I was at the same.
Okay. So you needed to kind of speak up a little more.
My name is Anisha Webb. I am Tobagonian. I currently live in Trinidad until the end of the month. I work at Petrotrin's EAP Services Limited in the marketing department. My degree is the Bachelor in Mass Communication. But if I had a choice, I would be studying political science. I was a nominee for the upcoming THA elections, which I was not successful for my constituency. So I decided to do the leadership.
An ethics class? All right.
The
that
People's
sounds good.
National Movement, the only party for Tobago.
Oh, okay. All right.
I will start saying great is the PNM, don't worry.
You might get some resistance.
Leader, I believe that the leadership course would would be a good addition to my political career.
I think
I'll
so
say it
too.
fair. Great as the PNM.
Okay.
We shall prevail.
All right. Okay. We'll
Thank
start
you.
when we start to evaluate various leaders in the model, then you could look at the leadership around you and you'll be able to assess it. And then you tell me at that point. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. And you said you're in Trinidad right now, and you expect next month you're going back to Tobago.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because my contract is ending, and it just makes sense financially.
Yeah, I want to go back home. What about connectivity to the class and stuff like that from Tobago? Would that be affected, or should be okay in your relocation?
It might be actually better than when I'm here, because trying to get home from work.
What you have now?
The traffic in Tobago is like what it is here, so I should be able to get home from work at least in 15 minutes to get to class.
Okay. Where are you staying now in relation to working in Petrotrin?
I live in St. Augustine and I work in Pointe-à-Pied, so that will speak for itself.
And you work in which part of which offices?
Peepsill, Petrotrin's EAP Services.
Where they're located? Where their offices located?
On Petrotrin's compound, more to the Gasparillo side.
That's a long haul. Yeah, that's a long haul every day. I can understand. So you would have issues sometimes, possibly at least this month, getting back into class on time. Maybe.
That would just be for next week, and the week after I would be in the Barranquilla office. So it should be a little better. And then after that, it should be fine.
All right. Well, we'll see how it goes and play by ear. All right. Well, thanks for introducing. Welcome. Wallace. Ariel Wallace.
Yes, good afternoon.
Am I saying that correct?
Ariel. But I can't. I'm not going to fight you on A is A and A is A.
Ariel. Yeah. Okay, I can see the difference in the emphasis. What program are you doing?
So I am doing an associates in business administration.
How far into the program?
Well, I have stopped and start this degree so many times that I'm really not sure. But I could say that I have crossed at least half the amount of subjects thus far.
Okay. All right. Well, where do you work now?
I am a police officer and I am a Tobagonian also.
Are you joining us from Tobago, or are
Yes,
you?
sir. In Tobago.
Right. That's good. So you're stationed in Tobago as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you gonna have any sort of issues attending classes?
Mm.
Because I know you're
Working hours is always a challenge. You know,
Yeah.
day, night, sometimes late, sometimes early. But I have done courses, online courses, and
Before?
yeah, before, and I didn't have too much of an issue. Just the hours, you know, the little flexibility
All right.
to have
So
sometimes.
once you know the schedule of events, then you should be able to
I,
try and get some adjustment.
I should, but it doesn't always work in my favor.
I know. I've had other officers studying in classes before, so we'll see how that works out. But keep me in the loop. You have my phone number. You can WhatsApp me privately if you don't want to WhatsApp in the group if you're having some kind of attendance issue.
Yeah,
So
no
pay
problem,
attention
sir.
to the date that you're carded for presentation. You did choose a presentation day, right?
Yes, sir. The 22nd of November.
Right.
That is
So
presentation 5.
right, correct. That's yourself and Miss Buchan.
Yes, sir.
Right. That way you could hey, I see Cassie Mendez is here.
Hi.
All right, so we'll get to you in a little bit. All right, Mr. Wallace, thank you very much.
No problem.
Ariel. Okay. I'll get it. I'll get it correct.
No problem.
It's an angel, isn't it? Ariel.
For my recollection, Ariel means the Lion of Judah. It's biblical.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a name of one of the angels of Judea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just the emphasis on the word and the Disney version of.
Yes, of Ariel. Yeah. Correct.
I think that Ariel should have the I in front of the R. All right, but we'll see. Cindy. Gadar.
Yes,
Right, welcome. Tell us, what program are you doing?
Associates in Business Admin.
And how far into it are you?
Third year.
So is your final year?
I hope so.
This hit and hope thing. All right. McKenna has left. Aisha McKenna. All right. So what program? Sorry, we have program. Are you still working? I know I had you in other classes. So are you still working?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Anything of interest you want to tell us about yourself?
I'm not a big fan of doubles. And neither the beach.
Gasp!
So
What? Interesting.
COVID was doing you really well then. Yeah.
See?
I knew I would have gotten some reaction to that. That's why I usually hide it.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of stopped eating doubles a while back now, but I still enjoy the occasional doubles. And I really do miss going to the beach, although I don't like sand. Water's okay, the sand I can't handle.
See, that's interesting about you.
Okay. Hi, Miss McKenna, you're back.
Yes, I am. Sorry about that. Got disconnected.
All right. Did we speak before?
Yes, we did.
Okay. All right, Cindy, thanks.
You're welcome.
Desha Perry. Am I saying that correctly? Desha.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
What program are you doing?
A bachelor's in mass communication.
All right. And how far into that program are you?
I am currently in my 3rd year.
3rd year? Right,
Yeah.
So close on finishing up?
Yeah, can't wait.
I'm sure you can. But are you working in the field, or are you?
No, sir, not as yet. I am yet to be, but hopefully that is sometime soon.
You're a full-time student,
Part time.
but you're not. You're working somewhere else then.
Yeah.
Would you disclose? Would you be willing to disclose?
Sure, I work at Export Centers Company Limited.
Okay, so what do you all do? Export stuff?
No, we don't, sir. We teach courses in crafts, various crafting, and that kind of stuff.
Okay, so you can teach us all about soap making.
So I would love to do a soap course myself, but I don't teach.
You don't teach?
No.
But you can facilitate the teachers then. That's.
No, I am not. Actually I'm a secretary in the company.
Okay, so you're doing administrative work. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you can put us in contact with people or classes and stuff like that. Are they doing their classes online too, or they?
Yes, all of the classes are facilitated online because of COVID, of course.
That's good. That's good. Excellent.
And they're also free. So.
They're free.
Yeah, because it's a state enterprise company.
I'm not very familiar with this.
Well, so they fall under the Ministry of Community Development.
Okay, so maybe you might want to send us a link or two in the chat so we can go and check out some of the courses.
Sure, no problem.
That'll be interesting. You can probably get some business on your end. Because I know participation rates is one of the things that they're going to look at, right?
So could you repeat what you said?
I said participation rates in courses and programs would be something that they'd be paying attention to.
Yes.
What to offer.
Yeah.
Because they can't be offering things and people not registering for it.
So right now, all of their courses are on demand. As soon as they bring out a course, people.
But if they're doing it online, is there a limit to the amount of people?
Yes, they have a limit.
Oh, that's nice. So it's not an overwhelming number.
No.
But still, you could provide us with a link or two for us to have a look at when they're offering new courses.
Sure.
Because if they're free, I mean, not that everybody can go and do things now. The process. But that's interesting. Thanks. Denise Joseph.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening all.
Hi, Denise.
My name is Denise Joseph. I am from Carenage. I live on School Street in Carenage. I have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. I work at TAP, Trinidad and Tobago Association of Retired Persons. I don't want to say I'm not sure why I'm doing this course, but I'm really doing it for my daughter. I want to show her that once I start something, I can finish, because my life have been a challenge since I started Costa. In 2015, I had some health issues, so I had to stop. Then when I thought I was coming back, I had to help my daughter with C and everything. After C, I told her I was going back, but I was diagnosed with cancer. So now that I'm back, because she keeps saying, "Mommy, you need to start back." She's the one who called Custard and tried to get me going. So here I am. I'm just doing it for her, really.
Well, what program are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing bachelor's, major in marketing.
Marketing. All right. That's great, man. Are you in remission, or are you still doing treatment?
No, my treatment finished. My radiology treatment finished in January of 2020. So I'm just doing checkup, my routine checks.
So far everything's okay?
So far, yes, thank God. My last visit was Saturday, and everything looks good. Thank you.
All right, well, let's try and not stress you out too much.
No, yeah, I know.
Because stress is not a good thing for.
I know. When I told my doctor I started back, he said, "You sure you're ready?" I said, "Yeah, I am. I just have to finish this." Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, also you could kind of take it slow and build up some stamina going forward. All right.
Yes.
So
Thank
we'll
you.
see how it goes. All right, Denise. Great.
Thanks. Thanks,
I
Is it
mean, I'm seeing the
Alexa?
comments
Thank
here.
you.
Everybody's saying it's awesome and
Oh, yeah, I know.
very
Thank you
supportive.
all.
All right. So
Yeah.
good. You have some cheerleaders in your corner.
Yeah, but I want to find out. I'm sure everyone here, mom or grandmom or aunt, is a member of TAP, right?
A
Yes?
member of?
TAP, Trinidad and Tobago Association of Retired Persons.
My mom is a
My
member.
mom is.
Okay,
Of
great.
course.
Of course, yes. That's good. I'm the administrative supervisor there.
Well, mom hasn't had her top card updated, I guess, but she still uses the old one she has.
Oh, well, she should come in and replace it or renew. She's a lifetime member.
She's a lifetime member.
Yeah, she should come in and replace it. It's just $10.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just she's you know, it's on a list of things. It's not as high priority.
All right, okay, no problem.
But I will let her know that I have somebody from the organization
Yes.
in one of my classes in
Yes,
case she wants to
sure.
ask you a question or two.
Oh, sure,
All right.
yeah. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Denise.
you. Thank you.
All right. Miss Hamilton. Miss Hamilton. I see you typing responses, but we wanted to
Sorry. So sorry. I was having a problem with my microphone.
Yeah, you forgot to turn it on.
So good evening, everyone. Good evening, Sue.
Good evening.
I
What
am
program are you doing?
so I'm doing my bachelor's in management and entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently in my second year at Custard, and so it's hard to say one interesting thing about myself.
Yeah.
So, well, I love to create things. I love doing things for myself. So, for instance, um, I do a lot of braiding. I make paper flowers. I do sewing.
Okay.
Anything creative. So,
Well, then maybe you could hook up with Desha and have a look at some of those programs they're doing, so you could learn some other skills.
so, so no. So I know the programs that she was referring to. I did sign up, but it was how I planned my wedding at the moment. It's really hectic, so I say
Okay.
I had to do that another time.
All right, but at least you know where you're going and what you're doing. I've
Yes,
I've actually found that self-taught might be a good way to go through. But,
yes, it is.
all right, that's good. All right, thank you. I have had you in classes before, no?
Yes, sir. So you had me for
Yes,
micro.
yes, I know. I'm just pointing that out to other people. All right, Karishma Maharaj.
Yes, sir.
Right. So most people recognize that I've interacted with you before, but tell the class what program you're doing and how long you've been doing it and that kind of stuff, please.
I'm doing my bachelor's in accounting. I live in Princestown, and this is my second year,
All right.
and I'm a full-time student, no job.
Right. So are you doing 7 or 8 courses this semester?
Oh God, sir.
Well,
5.
last time you was doing 7, right?
No, sir. I was always doing 5. Actually, I was supposed to do 6 this semester, and I ran into a problem with one, so yeah,
Was that
the communications in the workplace.
well, that's an easy course. You could pick that up at any other time next
No, I
semester.
did it already, and they gave me it back again to do, and it was bouncing on the website.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they told me that I had to repeat it, but I already did it. So my
Why did you
advisor
have to
made a
repeat it?
mistake. Huh?
Why did you have to did you feel it?
No, sir, I didn't feel it. Actually, it was under a different name.
Oh, come on, wait, or something like that?
Yeah. That's the one I was telling you about.
Okay. That's not
Yeah.
supposed to be the problem, because COM 118 and COM 108 are two different courses. But
So well, I don't know because I never did COM 118 before.
well, if you did 108, I think that is the new program. They want that one instead.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right?
So
Presentation skills. All right. Thank you very much, Krishma. Cassie Mendez. Cassie.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Cassie. First of all, I don't know. Did you download the course outline?
So I didn't get a chance to do anything as yet. I just joined the class.
All right. So I want to assign you to a group presentation. Um,
I think so. This girl was telling me about it. Her name is no Maharaj. Sori. Soraya
Soraya.
Maharaj.
Soraya.
Yeah. Is her group full?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Wait. Is she? Soraya, what group you ended up in?
Presentation 10.
Oh, I did not sign you yet. Um, so you want to work with Miss Webb then?
Yes, thank you.
Um,
Excellent choice.
Thank you.
listen. See this politicking thing? Go ahead. You do for all of it. So Mendez, you want to join those two because that group's supposed to have 3. This is a chapter on leading change.
Okay, so no problem.
It's up to you. Do you have the other? Yeah, there are other chapters. There we don't have anybody yet to do chapter on complex organizations for the 29th of November.
So I will join the one with Soraya.
All right. Mendez. So, Miss Mendez, is this late coming going to be a regular thing?
I hope not, because I'm currently working with short staff, so they asked me to stay back today, unfortunately.
They asked you to stay back today.
Well, kind of demand, kind of ask.
Okay. All right. So tell the class who you are, what you do, where you're from, where you live in, what program you do, that kind of stuff.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cassie Mendez. My program is an associate in business admin. I live Marvala. I currently work as a coordinator in the hospital. And yeah, I got
Which
through
hospital?
it. I kind of don't want to say that part.
Well, I want you to say that part. That's not very important.
Okay,
Port Spain General?
No. St. Clair.
Oh, a money hospital. Okay. That's not a hospital.
Of course, sir.
Oh God, me. They robbing sick people.
Oh gosh.
Teasing you. I understand that. Anything of interest? How long into the program are you?
Guys, I'm in this program since 2017. I've been in and out. I believe I have 4 more courses to complete and then I'll be finished.
You said 2017, right?
Yes, that's right.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 5 years so far, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
And guys, so is an excellent teacher. You all are going to pass. I had him for 2
yes, that is so true.
I had him for 2 of my classes, macro and micro. Amazing. And I even worried.
I worry for you. This kind of bribery. All right, let's speak to Katrina Ali.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good afternoon, Katrina. Is it Katrina, right? It's Katrina.
Yes, Katrina. I am a I'm trying to recall, I think her name is Alexa, who said she didn't like natural science.
Yes.
I am doing I'm doing my bachelor's degree in biology. I'm a final year student.
Oh my goodness. Sorry if I offended you.
There you go.
I mean, I had to choose this course too. I did actually handpick this one because I've gotten a lot of feedback, especially with your class. A lot of my colleagues said that you are brilliant. So I was
Totally.
peer pressured into yes.
And you believe them liars?
I don't know. I thought I trusted them, but I don't know.
All right. So how long you've been doing the biology?
I'm at my final year. I came back in 2018, it was, or 2019, and I did my associate here too. So I've been in Custard for a very long time.
What are you going to do with the degree?
My degree, I wanted to try. If it was UWI, I would be able to, major in like microbiology or immunology, but Costa does not offer that, unfortunately. So, yeah,
It's a highly specialized area.
I wanted to work in something similar to those fields, something in a lab or do some sort of testing. Recently, I've discovered a love for teaching, so I don't know if that's possible in the future. I'll
Did
see
you
about
check
that.
teaching service to see if you're doing enough biology to be?
Yeah, I need to look at all those things. It's
Yeah,
just an
yeah.
idea
Because
right
if you
now.
want to teach, because there are shortages of science and math teachers, and
Right.
English, interestingly, so you should check with the ministry to see if there's enough science in that degree.
Right.
Your advisor should know. Who's your advisor?
Right now, Dr. Sitar.
Doctor?
Sitar.
Oh, Dr. Sitar. You could probably check with her. She might be able to advise you, or you could contact the Ministry of Education and see whether or not they'd accept this bachelor's for teaching purposes.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, I can look into it. It's something that I've been thinking about a few months now. So.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome aboard. I hope you have as good as an experience as some of your colleagues said they did. Though I think they're lying. I really think they're lying. All right. We spoke to Cohen Miller already, right? Crystal Campbell.
Hi, good night, everyone. So I'm Crystal. I'm doing my bachelor's in accounting. So don't look at my number. My number was given to me from since 2011. I did not know I got through with COSTAT, and I went to do Form 6. I started doing this course in 2018, basically been in and out of COSTAT. So, yeah.
All right. What's causing you to be in and out of Costa? Work, family?
Work, life, yeah, basically.
All right. Anything that you can tell us that's interesting about you?
I'm adventurous, so I hike ever so often.
Okay, so it's not really adventurous. You're outdoor.
Well, yeah, outdoor kind of activities. So
adventurous means like you're gonna take risks and stuff like that. Right?
Well, I do somehow, but we'll not get into
you do rock
that.
climbing?
Pardon?
Do you do rock climbing? Hang gliding?
I don't really have much places to do that in Trinidad here. I haven't done it as yet, but it's something that I would like to do in the near future.
There are a couple of groups for that. There's also a group that you can do. Well, they used to be around. You take kayaks and you kayak through rivers, and sometimes you have to kind of hike over parts of the rivers, then get back in the kayak and that kind of stuff. I've always found that was quite interesting, and it's
Trinidad
like it's CrossFit. It's like CrossFit because you have to do some hiking, lifting, weight, that kind of stuff. It's very interesting. I'd done one trail once, and I was not fit enough to do that.
I would look into it, but thanks.
Yeah, well, down in whoever lives in the West, I don't know if the kayaking center still is open, because that's something you could go and do as well. Rent a kayak for an hour or two and go kayaking out on Chaguaramas there. It's quite
Yeah.
relaxing, and it's also good for fitness and just getting out and doing something, and you don't have to worry about being too close to other people. All
Yeah,
right,
definitely.
all right, Miss Campbell. Where do you live, Miss Campbell? You don't have to tell me
Parliament.
exactly where, but what area?
Parliament.
Parliament. Well, yeah, you're in the West already, so you could go and do plenty things up on that end. All right, so Marcus Daniel.
Yes, sir. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Marcus. You were here before,
No.
so
No.
you kind of just came in then.
No, I was here from the beginning of the class. Oh, like that. Sorry. Yeah, I thought you asked if I did that, like if I did that class.
Oh, okay. No, it's kind
No.
of
I was here from half five.
right.
What interesting one. So my name is Marcus.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
What program are you doing?
Well, my custard journey is actually a real funny one to a certain extent. It might actually be. Yeah. What I am doing graphic design currently, right?
Right.
But I actually started doing criminal justice. So
Okay, that's a leap.
The thing about it though is that, like, initially I always wanted to do graphics, and at a very young age I was actually into it. I'd love that, right?
Uh-huh.
But my dad actually works with the Ministry of National Security, and from there he used to come home and talk about his job and thing, and I was like, hey, that's something real interesting. So when it came time after Cape now to choose something to do, I was like, hey, let me try criminal justice, right? And I started, and I was 2 years in it, actually, in my into my bachelor's, and I sit down in a Caribbean law class, and
that was it.
That bus right down to tongue I was like, I don't think I could do this for the rest of my life. And it was like, from there, I took a year off to kind of decide, hey, let me just figure out what I want to do. And I picked back up the pencil and I just started back sketching, and I was like, hey, I actually want to do this. And from there, I set my mind to the graphic design. I'm currently in my second year, part-time. I work at Snickler. They're a printing company.
That's actually my old lecturer from that's Miss Olkins.
Yeah, from all right, hello.
Snickler, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss Olkins was my geography teacher when I was in high school.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
She and her husband set up that company when pretty early.
Yeah, before. Yeah. And
But
yeah.
that's good. You do graphic design with them, or
I just currently I'm a CSR there, right?
All right.
Just doing that to pay for school and just survive for now.
Well, they're getting business these days.
Yeah, we actually know. Well, because of the lockdown, right? Business for us, well, it spiked because everybody had to get printers now for home and churn and stuff for online school. So we've been doing pretty well for the past 2 years.
You're selling printer cartridges still, right?
Yeah, we still have, yeah.
Okay. I could probably hook up with you because I had to buy a new printer as well. My other printer died.
Okay. Well, we'll talk.
Yeah, good.
All right. Yeah, guys. Sorry?
I say I'm making some good contacts.
Yeah, I think that's it basically. I hate to be in the house, so for the past 2 years I've been slowly withering away because of COVID, but it's just something I guess we had to learn to live with for now.
Well, some of the classes, you could log in with your phone and go outside and walk around and stuff. You don't actually have to be sitting at your desk to do it.
So my dogs is the love.
You have to just mute your side. That's all.
True. My internet connection bad too, I can't
well,
the premise of the house. So.
I can't help you with that one.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, basically that's it.
Okay, thanks a lot. Rebecca Ray Hanton. Am I saying that correctly?
Hi. Yes, the first name is Rebecca Ray and the last name is Panton.
Are you related to the Pantons?
Yes. As in the Archbishop and so?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So my grandfather was Clive Panton. And his brother would have been, Uncle Tony.
Okay.
Yes.
The Patton family, I mean, all went well in my time. So
Yeah.
kind of respect
Actually, I
it.
haven't been asked that question in a little while.
Well, I guess it's my age. My age. I'm familiar with the name
Yeah.
and the importance because he was the first Trinidadian archbishop, local archbishop that we ever had for the Catholic Church.
Yep.
So, and he's interned in Port of Spain.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody always has nothing negative to say about them. Always something positive to say about them.
Well, the only one with the sportscaster used to get some stick, but the others the others were okay. Even the one that ran for politics, I had so much respect for him because he left the Ministry of running the Ministry of Education and started field, and I felt that
Yeah,
was
that's my grandfather.
yeah, I felt that was a better fit for him.
Yeah.
In terms of the outreach that he did. All right. Anyway, let's leave your family alone and let's talk about you. What program are you doing?
I'm in my final year of my bachelor's in advertising and promotions.
All right. Nice.
And yeah, I mean, what else could I say? I think this course, I was super excited to do this course because Miss Knox described it in the same way that you did, which is that it would really help you to gain a lot of knowledge about yourself. And I think that I'm on that path. Like recently, I've gotten into the whole meditation and yoga and all of these different courses that encourage you to understand yourself a little bit more and how
Sure.
that can affect your interactions with other people around you and your life in general.
Good.
So, I mean, I really was excited to start it.
All right. How many more courses do you think you have to do to complete your degree?
Right now, I think, okay, so it's 5 this semester, and then next semester 6, so 11 in all.
All right. Oh,
And
so
then
you're
I'm
on your way
done.
out kind of thing. So you're not working if you're taking 5 and 6 courses?
Well, okay, so
You're
not right
freelancing?
now, but I am possibly going to be later this month. So
Okay.
yeah. Hopefully it's not going to be too busy, but I will
You do
just get some
promotions then?
energy. I've done some internships in Lonsdale and McCann, and well, those are the main 2 places. But I've just had some difficulties because I also have an illness, which is epilepsy. So, which has just been around for the longest while ever. And one of the things that it does is it blanks out my memory. So, a way of describing
How
it in
far
a kind
back?
of a comical way. Sorry?
How far back? Is just the period that you have an episode for, or
Also, like,
it
when
goes
has
further
it
back?
started?
No. And when you say you lose memory,
It
is it
could
that you lose
be,
memory for the period that you had the episode, or
that
further
is
back?
not something that is specific. So it could be as far back as years, it could be minutes, it could be hours, it could be weeks, days, things like that. And so a way that I describe myself to people to make it a bit more comical, but to also give them an insight as to how intense it could be, is I describe myself as Dory, the fish from Finding Nemo. So, in a similar way, I will have some problems with my memory and my brain. I mean, like, I might be talking to you at 1 minute and then I'm gone. So I'm just blanked off and not there. And I don't know if you might be able to hear a change in my voice, but I have a device that's planted in me to. Okay, so you're hearing the change now? I don't know if you noticed, but it lets off electrical impulses into my brain every so often to kind of balance it all out. And so, I mean, I've been having a bit of a problem, a difficulty with this and school and work and all of these things. Just balancing the whole adulting life. I mean, people should really have that as a course in high school or something, like adult life. It's nothing that you would expect. But yeah, I mean, it's been going well so far, and well, I've been trying to balance it as well as I can. And yeah,
Do you find that maybe trying to tackle 5 courses is a bit much for how
It
long?
was
How
a
long
little
have you
bit-
had the device on?
Sorry?
How long have you had this device on?
About 2 years or so. Yeah, about 2 years or so.
All right. So do you find that the 5 subjects might be a bit stressful?
Well, my advisor told me that it might be a little bit extra, but it's nothing that I can't do. And I definitely believe that. So, I mean, that's one of the things that I'm a bit proud to say, that a lot of the doctors are kind of flabbergasted with my intellect. And I mean, I don't mean to sound cocky or anything like that, but I mean, it just, they don't expect it given the amount of
conditions that
seizures
you
that come my way and the amount of mental scenarios that take place. So
I've known a few people with various types of epilepsy, and I've always found them to be quite intelligent people. So I don't know where.
Well, I mean, I take it on as a challenge, right? So it's a challenge. Everybody's given a challenge in life, and it might not be as easy as another or as hard as
Yeah.
another, but you take it on and you grow through it rather than go through it.
That's true. You're not doing any heavy medication, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Are you on phenobarbital as well?
No, what I'm on right now is called Tegretol, and then the VNS is the device that's within me.
Because the phenobarbital is one of the treatments that epileptic individuals tend to get treated with. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been on a bunch of different types, and they haven't worked.
You have to
So,
find a cocktail that works for you because
Yeah.
it's not the same for everybody. All right.
Yep.
So you would let us know or me know if you're having any sort of issue. You could, kind of give us a heads up if you can.
Sure. I mean, well, like I said, if it's in a live session and I'm not responsive, that's probably what's happening.
Okay.
In a day where I might have a seizure and I might not be able to
Attend
interact
classes.
or attend class or anything like that, I'll definitely let everybody know. Well, let you know when if it's in a group session.
Do you have support people with you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my family is extremely supportive.
Right. So you could let them, give them that contact number just in case, something happens and they can't get on through your phone and that kind of stuff. They can always send me a message. All right. So we could open up that line of communication. And when we set up groups and stuff like that, we could do the same thing as well.
Will do.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting, quite interesting. And I'm happy that people are feeling open enough to share these kind of personal stories. That's really good. All right.
Definitely. Well, you've made it comfortable enough to share those things. Definitely.
Well, I'm happy that you have, both you and Denise have shared very personal things, and this is the kind of reflection that is going to be required. Not necessarily with the whole group, but at least with yourself. So we'll see how that works out as we progress through the course. All right, Rodrigo, thank you very much, Ms. Panton.
No problem.
Is it
Hello, good day. Sorry?
Sorry?
Rodrigo?
Oh.
It's
Rodrigo Sanchez.
Rodrigo, right after roll my tongue.
Well, I mean, you don't have to, but that's just how I pronounce it.
The proper pronunciation requires the rolling of the tongue, right? Mr. Sanchez.
It is just sound cool that way. Hi.
What program
um,
are you doing?
I am an IT, well, internet technology student.
All right.
I am in my final year. I've been in Custard since around 2017. I live, well, I'm from Point Fortin, but I'm currently staying in San Fernando at this point, at this moment. For work, that is, I do web design and deployment with a small company called Golden Web Solutions.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's good. All right. And
Uh,
how you ended
yep.
up choosing this course?
Well, I was pretty young, and my mom saw that I liked IT. Well, I really wanted to do coding for game development.
Gaming. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, there isn't really those kind of courses that I know of that was available. Yeah, my mom ended up getting me into IT because that was actually one of the only schools that I believe that I could get into at that point, because I was 15, so they were kind of the only people who was accepting me at 15.
Yeah.
So
That kind of that thing. What's your you have the requirements you pick up.
yeah. Once I had those requirements,
Oh,
I
that's good.
just yeah, I got enough fit in. So yeah, pretty happy. I'm in my final year. I'm 19, so
That's excellent. That means you still have time to possibly even go on and do the gaming technology areas that you want to get into.
yes.
What might be more thing for you might be from thing is trying to get into app development. Because
Yes,
that's something
well,
to get into here.
yeah, actually trying to uh, uh I would like to deploy a app sometime soon for my sister. Actually, she wanna do an app
What
thing.
what
So
what
well,
what's the app about?
well, really, it's somewhat of it's called Job Finder. It's kind of where people could upload the information, and she'll kind of help source jobs for them and send out their information to employers.
All right.
So yeah,
So
I'll
it's
try.
like a remote employment agency.
Yeah, something like that. But basically, the idea is that to reduce the amount of work that a person needs to do to basically find a job. So they will just upload all the information that they would need to get a job, and then we'll search for the job for them.
All right, that sounds interesting. Then let us know
Yeah,
how that goes. Thank you for joining the class and choosing this one.
yeah.
All right.
I'll definitely choose it because I would like to basically open, well, be business wise or help small and medium sized businesses in Trinidad basically move to online, make a technological shift basically. So
Have you done entrepreneurship yet?
no, actually, well, yeah, actually I did. Yeah, I did it last semester. Yes, I
You
did.
did?
Yeah, I did it
Which
with
lecturer
Mr.
did you have
Sugram.
to do it with you?
Mr. Sugram.
Because that was one that could have lend itself into
Yeah,
more.
I did a e-commerce site for the final project.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
I guess.
Something for us to look at.
Um, yeah, that's pretty much me, I guess. Unless you have any other questions.
No, you've answered quite a lot. Thank you very much, Mr. Sanchez.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you.
Shakira Pear.
Hi, good night, sir. Good night, everyone.
Hi, good night. What program are you doing, Miss?
I am doing IT networking.
Uh-huh.
I believe it's my second year, so everybody else who has been doing IT or has been further than me, I would appreciate the help so much because I am so tired. I want to finish now.
It don't happen like that. You have to put in hard work first. Um, where where do you work, or are you full time?
I'm full time because I came into the school full time.
Uh-huh.
I had stopped because Costa was stressing me and I wanted to work. So I had stopped because when I finished and got my passes, I came straight to Costa. So I had stopped and started back. So here I am now. I've done this class before and I failed it. So I will be bothering you, sir, to be able to pass it because I need to pass it.
Why did you fail it?
I think because of the fact that I don't like reading much, and there's a lot of reading. So I kind of put a blank at things where I don't really like it, and I just kind of leave it like that.
Okay. Well, I have good news for you. What chapter are you dealing with?
I am dealing with chapter presentation 9, chapter 12.
If you were doing the other book, I'd have told you that there's actually audiobooks available for them.
Well, I was mentioning the other book, but I wasn't sure. I was kind of mixed up which one is which. So yeah, that was my problem there.
The draft is not too bad. It's a book that builds itself around a lot of illustrations and examples and case studies, so it should be a bit interesting. But the other textbook, there are. Are you still there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay.
I just some music was playing, so I just kind of took off my mic to listen to it in case you was hearing it.
Yeah, there are. That's okay. There are audio. Kind of boring though, but there's a guy reading the textbook online, so you could kind of listen to the text if you're not into the reading element. You could listen to the audio text.
Well, I'll try the both. I'll try my best because I really want to pass to just get it over with and done. So I'll do my best for myself and my group members to get for all of us to pass.
Well, let's put it this way. I don't want you to approach the class as if, it's just something to get over. Because then you're really not going to learn much. That's something that I don't like about it. It's not about passing the course. It's about developing yourself.
Understood.
Passing the course is incidental. If we achieve the learning outcome, you'll pass the course automatically. But if you focus only on getting a grade, then at the end of the day, that's all you're going to end up getting, a grade. But you're not going to actually learn anything. And that's my purpose. My purpose is to take you from one point and move you along to another point. And hopefully, in that movement, you will develop and learn more about yourself and your capacity. All right? Because at the end of the day, you can teach yourself anything once you have the right, the correct attitude towards it. So that goes
Understood.
for any level. All right. Okay. So thanks a lot, Ms. Pierre.
No problem.
Ms. Soraya Maharaj, can you introduce yourself to the class, and then we have Ms. Ruiz Stephanie.
Hi. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I'm majoring in business admin, my associate. This is my going on third year. I'm 19.
Are you full time or part time?
Full time.
All right. And I've had you in other classes before, yes?
Yeah, macro and micro.
All right. And has anything happened since your last class?
Not really.
Developmental wise?
For sure.
Anything interesting happened that you could share with us?
Nothing interesting really to share, just the same old.
All right, okay.
Okay,
So you just came to class because you saw me that you want to come to class, right? Right.
Huh?
Nothing. Yeah. All right, Miss Maharaj. Because you joined the class today, yes?
Yes, actually.
Yeah,
I
we are.
wasn't supposed to be in this class, but it's had an issue in last class, so I guess I entered this one last minute. But I'm big on self development, so I'm kind of excited to see what you
Okay.
know.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Stephanie Ruiz.
Hey, good night.
Hi, Stephanie. Am I saying that correctly?
Uh, yeah, it's Reese.
Ruiz or Ruiz?
Reese, like breeze.
Ruiz?
Yes.
Ruiz. Okay. All right.
Hi, everyone. Um, I have been in Costard since 2017, pursuing a bachelor degree in occupational safety and health. Unfortunately, I did not have the option of full time, so I'm doing it part time. Um, One thing I find interesting about this entire situation here today is that I was under the concept that this may have been more of a business class, more like numbers and calculations kind of something. But recently I've been kind of big on self development and self betterment, and I just find this to be an amazing experience to be in this class. So I am really looking forward to learn a lot of stuff from this class.
I'm happy that we are having people surprised. All right. This is good. Thank you, Stephanie. Do you work, Stephanie, or
At this moment, no, I do not work, but I spend the majority of the day taking care of my grandparents.
all right? So you're a primary caregiver at home. That's a lot of work there. You know?
Yes, it is.
That's a lot of work. Primary caregivers are not. You pay people real money to do that now.
I do it for free.
That's more than a full time job. That's full time plus. All right. I think we spoke to everybody. Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
Did we leave anybody out? Did anybody not get to introduce themselves? Did I miss anybody? All right. So I want to kind of wrap it up today. Is there any questions that people would like to ask directly of me about the course, about myself, that kind of stuff that you might want to find out a little more? Now, some of the students have an advantage in that they've been in my classes before. So specifically for the people who are first timers with me, feel free to ask whatever you think you might want to find out about. Please. All right. Anybody? All right. Well, as as the class progresses, I guess maybe you guys will ask, or feel free to ask again. All right. So
Yes, Chairman.
Yes, sir. I don't have any questions right now. But
yeah, as we move along, we'll probably be able to do it. But feedback is going to be an important part of the class, because both for when you're doing your presentations and over the next couple of days, when I'm doing my presentations, feedback is going to be a critical element that we have to pay attention to, because of the nature of the content. The content that we have to be dealing with. All right. Okay. So if there are no questions, what I will do is I will update the schedule. What I was going to do, there are, from what I'm seeing here, there are 1, 2, 3 people who didn't make it to class today. I'll try emailing them again. I really don't want to put them all together in the same group though, but it looks like they're going to end up with a chapter by themselves. So as soon as I get that, hopefully I'll meet them by next week, and then we could finalize the schedule. Did you all take note of the dates of your presentations and the chapters? Or you want me to just put it up for you to at least take note of it
Yes,
now?
sir.
Do you want me to put it up now for you all to take note of?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're seeing it? So from presentation 1, we have 1 to 8 that you can see right now. All right, and the most critical ones right now would be presentation 1 and 2, which comes up on the 8th of November, the chapters that you're dealing with. Those are from the Exploring Leadership textbook. And then you have the chapter 6 and 7 that continues from that textbook. But then we have presentation 5 is the DAFT textbook. That's Courage and Moral Leadership. So it's kind of a duplication of Integrity and Moral Purpose. And that's the 22nd of November. On that same day, we have Cindy and Miss Ruiz tackling being in communities. That's back to the other textbook, the Exploring Leadership. And well, we don't have anybody yet. Well, I want to put the guys who are absent, if they make it, we'll have them. We'll have them present here. Let me just put their names in just for. I don't like doing this though, because that means if they never turn up, it will cause problems.
Sir, I'm not in a group.
Who's not? Who's you?
Alice Abeso.
Why are you not in a group? You see, you need licks.
Wait, that's tough.
So how you managed to not be in a group? All right, I put in your group's presentation 6, okay? Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right, so you're working with Cindy and Stephanie. And did you get to join the WhatsApp group? For people
Yes,
who
I
came
did.
in late, you all got the link to go into the WhatsApp group. I recommend that you all start communicating with each other and don't wait for the last minute to try and get yourself sorted out with this stuff, all right? Presentation 9 so far only has 2 people. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Oh, okay. Actually, Ms. Besser, you were supposed to go to presentation 9, not I think I better move you.
Wait, so you're sticking a 6 for 9 day?
I wasn't taken at 619, only taken at 619. And Ms. Besser, you're going on to chapter 12, the DAF Power and Influence. Okay? So from presentation 6 to presentation 9. And then the last presentation that closes off the semester in terms of presentations would be chapter 10 on this, well, chapters 9 and 10 are the same 6th of December, and they're both from the DAF textbook. Chapter 12 and chapter 15. It kind of goes backward and forward a little bit between the chapters, so you can see chapter 13 comes before 12 and that kind of stuff. Don't worry about the order of the chapters. It's really the way the work is organized in terms of presentation. So when you see the presentations, the way they roll through, then you might start to understand why we set it up in this order. Okay. All right. So what I will do is the group that has the biggest issue right now, these people here, because they were absent. So I'll try and email them and see if I can get them in the loop before I update this, because already it wouldn't be fair for them to put it up and they don't know. And this Nadia person is a little different. So everybody took note of the dates and time, the dates at least of what you do. But you still have time. Next week we'll be dealing with the preface and chapter 1, and the 25th I will deal with chapter 2. And hopefully by October 1st we will be kind of running off the discussion across the board. But the idea would be for you guys to go to the page and download the presentations and kind of go through it on your own and see what you can grasp from it. If you could even read the chapter, would be good. But see what you work out from there. The first 3 chapters are rather dense because that's the first part of the book. That's part 1 of the book. Chapter 1 to 2. And you guys are going to be presenting from chapter 2 or part 2 and part 3. And that would be a bit lighter. All right. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about? All right. If not, well, I'm going to stop the recording now. So for those people who have to come back and view the recording, good night. And hopefully you could contact me for whatever reason that you're having. All right. Let's stop recording.